War is often imagined as chaos and destruction, but beneath the noise, nature is always present, an ancient silent force. Nature is the ultimate combatant, indifferent, unpredictable, and undefeated. Armies have tried to harness its power, but the wilderness never takes sides. Mud, mountains, and storms have undone the best-laid plans. The environment is not just a backdrop, it's an active player. Rivers can halt armies, jungles can hide or destroy them, and winter can kill more efficiently than any weapon. Victory often goes to those who understand the land, who read its signs and use its features as allies. For the untrained, a forest is confusion. For the skilled, it's cover and opportunity. The terrain transforms from obstacle to weapon in the hands of those who know it best. This is the story of how nature shapes war. We'll see how mountains, rivers, and weather have crushed armies and changed history. From Russia's frozen steppes to Southeast Asia's jungles, the lesson is clear. Nature is the ultimate arbiter of war. Its power is absolute. Its lessons are written in the bones of those who failed to respect it. To survive, armies must adapt or be destroyed. The wild is always watching, always waiting. Terrain is the oldest weapon in war, shaping every move and outcome. Afghanistan's mountains have defeated empires from Alexander to the Soviets by favoring those who know the land. Local fighters use hidden passes and trails to outmaneuver invaders. In Vietnam, the jungle became the Viet Cong's shield and sword, turning American patrols into deadly games of hide-and-seek. The jungle's humidity, disease, and concealment wore down even the best-equipped armies. Sometimes the deadliest trap is a swamp or marsh. Hannibal's march through Italy's Arno marshes cost him men and nearly his own life, weakening his army before battle even began. The lesson: fight the terrain, and you lose. The best commanders are master geographers, using ridges, forests, and rivers as tools of war. Maps are more than lines. They're guides to survival. Ignore the land, and it will defeat you without a single shot. The earth itself can be the most implacable foe. Water shapes war as much as land, sometimes as a weapon. In 1938, China's nationalists broke the Yellow River dikes to halt the Japanese, flooding vast regions and causing massive civilian suffering. The flood slowed the enemy, but at a terrible human cost, showing the destructive power of weaponized water. The Dutch mastered water defense, flooding their own land to stop invaders, turning fields into impassable lakes. In 1672, this tactic stopped a French army cold. In the 1991 Gulf War, retreating Iraqi forces unleashed a massive oil spill in the Persian Gulf, poisoning the sea to hinder US landings and devastate the environment. These acts show that water, whether river, sea, or oil, can be turned into a weapon as devastating as any bomb. Environmental warfare leaves scars that last for generations. The manipulation of water is a reminder. Nature's power can be unleashed but never truly controlled. In war, even the elements can be made to serve destruction, but the cost is always high. When armies can't win by force, they turn to starvation, scorched earth. Destroying food, shelter, and resources leaves nothing for the enemy. Sherman's march to the sea devastated Georgia, breaking the South's will by burning crops and infrastructure. The Scythians used this tactic against Persia, retreating and destroying everything, starving the invaders into retreat. In modern times, retreating Iraqi forces set Kuwaiti oil wells ablaze, creating an environmental and economic disaster. Starvation tactics attack the most basic human need, sustenance. The land itself becomes a weapon, grinding down armies without a fight. Scorched earth is as old as war, but its impact is always brutal. The impulse to destroy resources remains a dark part of conflict. In the end, it's a war against survival itself. War has weaponized nature's chemistry, poisoning water, land, and life itself. Medieval armies poisoned wells, Modern ones use chemicals and disease. In Vietnam, Agent Orange defoliated jungles and poisoned generations, showing the lasting horror of chemical warfare. The toxin entered the food chain, causing birth defects and cancers that persist today. Biological warfare is even more insidious, using disease as a silent, invisible killer. From plague-infected corpses hurled over walls to smallpox-laced blankets, the logic is chilling. Let nature do the killing. These weapons blur the line between soldier and civilian, battlefield and home. The effects linger for decades, long after the fighting ends. Attacking nature is an attack on humanity itself. The poison never truly goes away. Sometimes the deadliest enemy is the environment itself. Napoleon's invasion of Russia ended in disaster, not from battle but from winter's cold. His army froze, starved, and died by the tens of thousands, defeated by snow and ice. In the Pacific during World War II, heat, humidity, and disease killed more soldiers than bullets. Malaria, dysentery, and festering wounds turned the jungle into a daily struggle for survival. The siege of Leningrad showed hunger as a weapon. Millions starved and froze, the city enduring at a terrible cost. The elements, cold, heat, hunger, and disease, are relentless. Armies unprepared for nature's fury are doomed. The environment claims more lives than any weapon. War against the elements is a war few can win. The lesson: respect the climate or perish. Nature's supremacy is absolute. Survival depends on adaptation. The greatest battle is often against nature itself. Armies that adapt survive, those that don't are destroyed, no matter their technology. Survival skills, finding water or shelter, food, are more valuable than any weapon when chaos reigns. These skills connect modern soldiers to ancient ancestors, forging resilience in the face of adversity. War's scars on the land, defoliated jungles, oil-soaked coasts, remind us that attacking nature wounds ourselves. Our survival depends on understanding and respecting the wild. The wilderness offers no mercy, only conditions to be met. The enduring lesson is humility and adaptation. To survive war and secure our future, we must see nature as a force to respect, not conquer. In the end, the wild always has the final say.